Get strong.
All right, since my last video, I've been a little bit busy. Um, I had set up I had swapped out a 55-gallon tank with the 75-gallon tank that I picked up. Um, I ended up having to go buy a new 75 because I didn't really like that the 75 that I had picked up had a few little scratches on it. As you can see, it's down here. I am going to be setting that up and getting that ready. It's down in my basement. I'm not really trying to have a big giant fish room like a lot of people, but I do need a few tanks to quarantine, obviously, as well as to, buy some fish and grow them up so that I can put them in my other tanks. So, we've got this little 20-gallon here. I'm going to be moving some more fish into this tank. Right now, it's just full of some small Odessa barbs. Nothing major. It's just a little small tank. This used to be upstairs. It used to be underneath the 55-gallon, and I brought it down here into the basement and set that up and threw some Odessa barbs in there because I like Odessa barbs. I want to get a nice big school of them. I'm thinking maybe 15 or 20 Odessa barbs. I think will look great. I'm going to be setting up like an angel tank, a community tank, some angels, some Odessa barbs, a couple of other barbs, and some tetras, and I think that's going to look really nice. But I want to grow them up first before I set that tank up. So this tank is going to be utilized to grow out those tetras and those Odessas and any other community fish that I buy for the time being until I can get the tank set up the way I want. This tank here is an oddball tank that I've had for, oh man, I've had this tank probably close to 30 years. It's a 38-gallon tank, so close to that 40, but it's a 38, 38 high. It's a good little tank. I got a couple of different fish in here that are kind of just in here for now, including some Odessa barbs that are a little bit bigger that I do need to move as well. So, like I said, I want to have about 15, maybe 20 Odessa barbs. Right now, I think I got about 8 or 9. So I'm going to be moving these guys over to that 20-gallon tank, which is right next door to it. And also, I've got Diamond Tetra in there. And I think there's another Diamond Tetra in there too. Yeah, a smaller one. So I got this large Diamond Tetra in there as well as a smaller one. So that's going to be moving into that 20-gallon too so that I can grow them up. You can also see I got a bunch of, I think there's about 5 or 6 electric blue Acara in this tank that they're doing pretty good. They're growing. I'm going to grow them up and I'm going to be putting them in the 75-gallon tank that's upstairs along with the Severums once they get a little bit bigger. I want them to get a little bit bigger first and we'll see how things go. I got this Geophagus brasiliensis, I think that's how you say it. They are showstoppers when they get bigger. They get this electric blue color. They can be a little aggressive. He hasn't shown any aggression in this tank whatsoever. He's doing really good. He eats really good. I had him in the tank with my Severums, but they were doing a little bit of a number on his fins. His rear fin was pretty nipped up, but as you can see, it looks great now. Been treating the water a little bit, and his fins look really good, and he eats very well. So I can't wait for him to get a little bit bigger. Gonna be moving him upstairs into one of the show tanks as well. And over here we got a double rack of 55s. This is the 55 that I had upstairs that I did move downstairs. Cleaned it out, got it set up. Got a seated sponge filter that I put in there and a heater. So I got this looking pretty good. My idea is to eventually buy move those community fish into this tank once they grow up. But for now, I may have to move some of my Severums from upstairs down here because it looks like the 2 mouth brooding Severums are looking like they want to breed, which will be great if they do. But in the meantime, I may move the 2 gold Severums that I have upstairs down here. They used to be in the big tank, but my chocolate cichlid, Choco, he can be a bit of a butt, and he was going after the 2 gold Severums. I'm not sure why he doesn't bother the other Severums that are in there, but the 2 gold Severums he was going after. I think because the 1 gold Severum is really big, the other one is not, but the 1 gold Severum, he got some girth to him. He's pretty thick. He's good size, and maybe he looked at him as some type of competition. I'm not sure, but that is set up. Below, I've got another 55-gallon tank. I haven't cleaned this out yet. I got this nice little glass lid that I'm going to keep on it. I'm thinking of maybe buying some eels, since that covers the entire top of it. It'd be a nice tank to have some eels in to grow up. So that's my plan. I'm gonna get some eels, but you guys got to help me out. I don't know if I should get a freshwater moray eel, or if I should stick with getting something like, just a couple of maybe some tire track, a peacock, or a or some other type of eel. But help me out with that one. I'm not sure. So as you can see, we got some tanks down here. We're not going to do anything big. I don't believe in having like a gazillion tanks, more tanks than you can take care of. I think this is kind of at my limit. Plus, we got the tanks upstairs. So like I said, the plan down here is to grow this out. And I never said what I was going to do with the 75. I just said it's down here. But my goal is to buy some African cichlids. I'm going to buy some peacocks and some haps, get them down here, start growing them up. And then eventually my goal is to move them into a larger tank as well. So 75 is going to be full of haps and peacocks. Grow out tank for community fish. Not sure what I'm going to do with this once I move all the fish out of it. Maybe it'll be a quarantine tank. And this is going to be the community tank once I'm done with it. Going to get this looking real nice and have this looking real good. And still an unspoken project, like I said. I don't know if I'm going to go with something like maybe some eels, or if I'm going to try something else, but we'll see. But for right now, those are the plans. Like I said, we got a couple of tanks down here. It's a mess, but it looks better than it did. All right, till next time. Go ahead, like, subscribe.